Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be filming a makeup video, so stay tuned. So I'm first going to start out using my NYX or NYX Pore Filler Face Primer. Next, I'm going to be using my Clinique Dramatically Different Oil Control Gel. I am now going to be doing some color correcting. We all have those blemishes we don't want to show. So here you'll see me covering up a couple of dark spots. I'm currently using the Beauty Treats color correcting palette. I'm using the color orange. There's several colors in the palette. It's very affordable and it works. When using this palette, you want to make sure you really blend out those harsh edges. You want everything to be nice and smooth once your makeup is finished. So you'll see me here smoothing everything out. Okay, now the fun begins. Let's start with our eyebrows. First, I like to brush my eyebrows out first and basically get like a little pattern going so I'll know when I get ready to draw them on which direction they're going to go. Everything's cleaned up, straightened out, and I can start. Right here you'll see me using the dark brown pencil. It is the best liner for brows and eyes by Jordana, and I love it. I've been using it for years. It's never failed me, so I would suggest you try this brow pencil if you're interested. So once I've drawn my eyebrows on, I like to go back in again and brush them out really nicely and try to get a shape before I start cleaning them up with concealer. Okay, so once I see that they're nice and brushed out, I now start with my concealer. Right here, I am using the LA Girl Pro concealer in the color Fawn. It is my favorite color concealer to use for anything, for the under eyes, when highlighting, my eyebrows especially. I just love the texture of it and the coverage. It just works perfectly for me. It's not too thick, it's not too runny. I can get the perfect shape of eyebrow that I like every time. So once I'm done cleaning up my eyebrows and getting into the shape I like to go back in with the brush. I also like to go back in with pencil, and I like to straighten the front of the eyebrows out more. I like to put concealer on my eyelids because it helps the eyeshadow stand out more, last longer throughout the day. It's just always been a good primer for me to use. Okay, so once I feel like my eyebrows are done and concealed, as well as my eyelids, I now like to start with my eyeshadow. I do like to do my eyeshadow before I do my makeup. I just don't like the fallout on my makeup afterwards. That's just my preference. Here I'm using a Beauty Treats palette. You can get these from any TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, Burlington stores. They're really affordable and they come in a variety of different colors. I've used them for years. I absolutely love them. I like to start out with a orange shade in the crease. It's a good transition color when you're doing an eyeshadow look. I just really like how it turns out. Okay, now I'm going in with the lid color, same palette, Beauty Treats palette. This is now a dark brown color. I absolutely like having a smoky, but not too dark lid. So I go for a brown rather than a black. So I guess you can say it's like a brownish smoky eye. It's really pretty once it's done. Okay, so at this point, I like to blend everything out. And once that's done, I like to go in with a eyebrow color that's much lighter than the crease and much lighter than the lid color. It's just a nice transition for the entire eye. And once that's there, I like to blend everything out nice and smooth, and it turns out nicely. So here I am starting my foundation routine. I absolutely love the Fenty Beauty foundation. I am currently using the color 430, and I'm also mixing that with the Revlon Colorstay in the color 410. The combination that it gives me is just perfect, point on for my skin. It gives me a very smooth, soft, buttery feeling to my skin, and that's what I look for. I don't want it to be too oily, and I don't want it to be too dry. So I've learned and noticed that this combination works very well for me, and I believe I'll continue to use it until I find anything else that catches my eye. Here I like to more so pat than drag foundation around the eyebrows. You'll see me go around them nicely and make sure we get all that concealer out of the way. We don't want any of that showing. But for the most part, I like to pat the foundation more so because it really absorbs into the skin nicely when you do that instead of a drag of foundation. So a lot of times when you see me do my makeup in this video and more to come, I use sponges over brushes for foundation. Once I feel like my foundation is nicely placed, I like to go in with concealer under the eye, on the bridge of the nose, my chin, above my lip, and my forehead. I'm currently using the Covergirl Full Spectrum, the All Day Idol Brightening Concealer. I love the way it looks on my skin, and I mix it, of course, with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. I don't let it sit for too long, but I do like for it to take a moment to dry somewhat so that it's not too wet that it comes off, but that it sticks to the skin and gives me the look that I'm looking for. When it comes to concealing and contouring, I really don't do a whole lot. I'm not really a fan of baking. I guess I'm just not into that right now. And when it comes to concealing, I heavily conceal. I just love the way it brightens my under eye. So I'm just currently using those two concealers. So while my concealer dries, I like to go in and do something else. So right now I'm doing liner. I'm currently using the Crayon Case Line Me Liquid Eyeliner in black. So now that I'm done with my eyeliner, I feel like it's been enough time. I can now go back in with my concealer using another sponge. I like to pat until it's nice and even and it looks like it's melting into the skin and you don't have any harsh lines. So I just do this until I feel like it looks nice. If I need to add more concealer, I add more concealer later. You basically just get the concealer to your liking. Once you feel like it's nice and smooth and it looks good to you, you're good to go pretty much. So here I am using my Covergirl mascara. I like to go over my eyelashes a good time before I put on my false lashes. It just gives you a nice firm base. It helps you to easily put your eyelashes on. So if you're having a hard time putting on eyelashes, I would suggest you put your mascara on first. Get it nice and thick to your liking and give it a minute to dry. And then I would go ahead and place the lashes on top of that so you have a base to put it on and it's not sliding off. I hope that helps. Okay, so at this point, I feel like my foundation is set, my concealer is set. I'm now ready to be a blush girl and bronzer girl. I absolutely love blush. I think this is my favorite part of doing my makeup. Um, I feel like it's the point of where you're like, okay, I'm completed now. I'm now ready to finish the race of doing my makeup. Let's blend this out. Let's get these cheeks popping, bright and colorful and sexy to your liking. For me, I try not to go too overboard with it because you don't want to have real bright red cheeks, but try to stick to colors that are close to your skin tone. But you want to make sure that you have a noticeable tint to your skin that's noticeable around your cheek area. I think it makes you look very pretty and very flirty and just nice overall. So what I'm using on my cheeks is the Full Spectrum color bronzer in Ebony. I'm also using Black Radiance in the color Toasted Almond. I use a Wet n Wild color just for some highlight. It's the Fergie Center Stage collection. I believe it's the Around the Clock blush. I am also using a BeBe palette. I purchased that from Burlington. It's a variety of different bronzers and colors, and I like to go for bronzer palettes that have more darker colors because, like I said, you want to have a tint to your skin that matches nicely but also gives you a beautiful shade. And I just feel like brown rich shades do that for my skin tone. So at this point, it's optional, of course, to line your waterline. I like to go in with either a black color or a nude color. Some like to use the color white. I personally don't. So whatever color you like and what makes you feel pretty, go ahead and grab that and add it to your waterline. I just feel like it gives you more definition around the eyes and makes them pop more. And it just turns out beautiful. Once I feel like my makeup is to my liking, I now like to go in with lips. On my lips throughout this video, I use Ruby Kisses, the Hydrating Lip Therapy in Cocoa Butter. And I also like to use the lip gloss from the Beauty Supply Store. It's IZME New York. It's in the color Charlotte. I feel like it gives me the prettiest pinkish, nudish, brownish color to my lips. I get so many compliments on it whenever I wear it. I buy several every time I go. So at this point, I am now ready for my eyelashes. I like to wear several different styles, brands, shapes. It doesn't matter. Eyelashes are a wonderful addition to your makeup if you choose to wear them. If you choose not, it's still beautiful. So here I decided to go with the Ardell eyelashes. I got them in the number 614. They are beautiful wispy eyelashes. I think they're very cute and flirty. They're perfect for date nights. They're perfect for special occasions. So here I'm actually adding the adhesive. I have sensitive eyes, so I absolutely love and favor the Duo Eyelash Adhesive. They have several different types. I go for the hypoallergenic every single time. I've had no problems. My eyes don't itch. My eyes don't water. This is the perfect and safe eyelash adhesive for those out there who've had trouble with adhesive in the past. Okay, so I just want to point out that it's been a while since I've done my mascara, which I mentioned before. It creates a great base for your eyelash strips to stick to. Take your time when doing your eyelashes. It takes practice, but you'll definitely get the hang of it in no time. And I also want to say, please let your eyelashes sit after you've added adhesive. Let them dry. You can fan them to speed up the process, but let them sit to get tacky before you add them on, or they will just slide right off. Okay, so at this point, we are done with our makeup. At the end, I like to add a little bit extra lip gloss. I love lip gloss and the feeling it gives to my lips and how it looks so pretty. Pretty much go in and touch up where you feel like you need to touch up at. I like to add a little extra dot with my eyeliner to my mole so that it'll show through my makeup sometimes. That's optional as well. You don't have to do that. But I hope you all enjoyed, and please subscribe, like, and comment, and follow me on Instagram at QuilsGlory. And I look forward to speaking with you all again soon, and more to come.